In the Christian world, there's a lot of talk sometimes about faith over works. It comes from, oftentimes, the quote is from Galatians, where the Apostle Paul is talking about that it's not about the works of the law that make us who we are. It's actually our faith that makes us who we are. And that's been distorted in some cases as the one thing about the quick trip to heaven. It's not by our works, it's by our faith that gets us into heaven. Well, that's true, but that's not exactly what Paul was talking about in the historical contents of this. What he was speaking of was the Galatians themselves. He was starting a new church filled with people that were not of the Jewish faith. And while many people were welcoming them into the circle, there were some that were saying that they must do things, so they must follow the laws of the Torah in order to become part of the Christian movement, because the Christian movement did stem from, of course, Judaism. And Paul is saying that's not true, because the works of the law, they brought us this far, but it has always been told, even since the days of Abraham, that his family would extend to all families of the earth. At one point, he even says, count the stars. There's going to be more people under your seed than any of the stars that you see in the heavens. What he's saying is that from the beginning of this covenant with Abraham, it was always promised that the faith would spread beyond just this one circle of people. And that's really the argument that he's saying. But it's been used many times to say that it doesn't matter what you do as long as you believe you're going to get into heaven. And it's not really, if we put it into the historical context of Galatians, Paul's not even talking necessarily about heaven. He's actually just talking about welcoming people into the church. And just being part of the church. He's defining the church of that it's our faith that brings us all together. It's our faith that makes us the family of Abraham, the family of Jesus. That Jesus is the love of Christ is what makes us who we are, and it's our faith in that love that makes us who we are. Now, that's been used by many circles, by people saying, it doesn't matter what you do as long as you believe you're going to be fine. Well, that again has been a kind of a distortion in itself as well. Yes, technically it is our faith that connects us, but if we truly do have faith in Christ, that means that we are also image bearers of Christ. That means that we are called to step up a little bit and to be more Christ-like. You cannot just be proclaim Christianity and continue to just be a jerk, because your actions of being a jerk to other people, that's not proving your faith in Christ. That's not showing that you're faithful. If you believe in something, you tend to follow something. You tend to be more like something. And what Paul has said many times in other places as well is that our behaviors are an echo of our faith in true regard. So as Christians, we are to be welcoming. It's not conditional to be part of the church. But as Christians, we are image bearers of Christ. And that means that we continue to do the things that Christ did, the things that Christ calls us to do, to reach out for people, to keep our doors open, to welcome the strangers, to feed the poor, to be there for one another, to love people as they are, to welcome them into the kingdom, to be a person that says, you are loved. That is what makes us Christian, because those actions of love, they're the things that are the echo of our faith in Christ who first loved us. Love God, love yourself, and love your neighbor.